thought I'd just give you a bit of a look at the extended bookshelves in the little bedroom. We've extended it, so we've extended in width and height, and the ones without books, the little boxes, they've got loads of my craft things in that I'm in the middle of making and sewing and that sort of thing, and it looks a lot neater than just having it hanging around. And I've still got some plastic tubs in the loft with loads of other craft supplies, but yeah, moved my desk into a different position, my sewing desk, and yeah, let me know what you think of it. It's thought it would make a change. Sounds like our neighbours are doing some DIY. Right, there's 2 rooms between us. You could still hear it. Anyway, we're really pleased with those. They are from B&Q, if anybody's interested. B&Q in the UK. Don't know if B&Q's overseas or not. Hello everybody, it's Catherine from Jayne Catherine on Books. Welcome. And it's the 1st of May. So I've got a TBR here for my Mentalhealthathon, and it's a Non Fiction TBR, and then part 2 will be the fiction ones that I've chosen. How I'm tackling it for this is that I'm splitting it into really like clinical conditions, for example bipolar, schizophrenia, all those sorts of conditions that are full clinical medical conditions, and then the health and well-being side, because you know there's various things that do have an impact on our well-being and on our mental health really. So that's what I'm going down that route. I'll leave the details of the creator and all the social media for you to get in touch and for you to post if you're joining in. I'm also doing middle grade May as well, but yeah, I've already posted my TBR for that. So without any further ado, let me show you what I've chosen. Now I've had this a little while, probably got it last year. Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. And this is by Susan Jeffries. It's one of those quick reads, £1 that you can get all over the place for, you know, for reading book week or things like that. I've started looking at this and it's really interesting because, and it's how to be more confident, because sometimes you know, fear, being frightened of doing things or being frightened to be seen as you know, making yourself look foolish or looking silly, you know, they're real issues that do affect our health and well-being. And I thought this was an interesting little book. So how to be more confident and to help, you know, like little work activities to overcome your fear. Now for me, sleep's a big issue, and I'm sure there's many of you out there, sleep has a big impact on our mental health and well-being. I'm just shocking at the moment. I've got terrible insomnia. I saw this lovely little book. Let me put that there so you can see it, that's better. And Relax, Replenish and Rejuvenate with a New Approach to Sleep by Lisa Varadi. And there's some lovely illustrations in here. Sleep is the golden chain that ties health and our bodies together. So I'm looking forward to having a look through that, see if it can work, do anything for me. This is a middle grade, but having looked at it, I think this is something that, you know, there's some tips in here that can help all of us, the parents, do. Self-Esteem and Being You, Teen Life Confidential by Anita, Naik. And if you've got any teenagers, this is a fantastic book. It covers all sorts of important issues that, you know, if you remember back to being a teenager, things that get you down, having low self-esteem, problems at school, bullying's a big problem, and not just for teenagers. When I was doing occupational health for industry, bullying in the workplace is quite a big issue. So bullying takes place to people in all ages and all walks of life, and it's not acceptable, but it has a big impact on our health and well-being. So yeah, looking forward to that if you've got teenagers. Now, there's a couple that I'm really struggling with. Probably not said too much about this, but after working for 40 years as a nurse and occupational health advisor, I was a nurse practitioner before then, having a really lifelong really career, professional career, and I took early retirement about 18 months ago when David was first ill, and I have to say that I'm struggling with it. I really am struggling with it. So I saw this and I thought, yes, this, and it does affect you. It does affect you. It starts to make you feel low and depressed, and you feel like you've lost your sense of purpose. You already have to change your sense of purpose, I felt, when you've got adult children. You know, you're still their mother, you're still there for them, but you're not as involved in their lives as when they're children, and I found that difficult because you have to change sense of purpose. And there's a lot in here. There was something in here that really drew me to it, and it says, finding a new purpose is the biggest challenge of retirement. So it's called Not Fade Away, How to Thrive in Retirement. So if there's anybody else out there and you might be interested in that, it's by Celia Dodd. I hope it's going to do something for me. Cheer me up a bit. You know, it's very difficult when you've been in the medical field for 40 years and not doing that anymore. The other thing is, this is another thing I'm having a midlife crisis about, shall we say, being 60 next year. The Guide to Living Well, and it says Sod 60 by Claire Parker and Muir Gray. When I've read it, I'm going to send it to my friend that I did my nurse training with. Both 60 next year. I'm hoping we're going to have a reunion of all our nursing friends that started together. And there's all sorts of things in there to help you change, you know, it's a big change in life, how to keep healthy. So yeah, I'll let you know about that. And then this really fascinated me. It's a really interesting cover. It's called Unthinkable. And this is an extraordinary journey through the world's strangest brains. And this is by Helen Thompson. Now, Helen Thompson is a scientist and has been involved in lots of research looking at all sorts of different mental health issues, and you know, what relation it has to what's happening in our brains, dementia, schizophrenia, personality mix, dissociative identity disorder, it's called now. It used to be multiple personalities. Pain, hiding other people's pain. Really interested in that, to see what the actual science is behind that. And yeah, interesting cover. I've got a lot more going on in my head than there. That's probably why I don't sleep. So yeah, The Unthinkable by Helen Thompson. So there we go. That's my non-fiction TBR for hashtag Mentalhealthathon. It's running throughout the month of May. Let me know if you're joining in. Let me know if you've got some books that you've got on your TBR that's different from mine, if there's anything on there that you fancy. And I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.